Is that hanger anyone else off? Yeah, it's doing me actually. I'm gonna go grab him. There he is. You can stay out. Okay. Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. It has been a few days. I know that you've missed the yes guys. I actually got electrocuted plugging that sign in a minute ago. It was probably a punishment from the gods to say, even though it's the international break, we've gone 3 flipping days without the yes guys, without a video, but it doesn't matter. I'm back now. I survived the electric shock. There is nothing more to worry about really. As good as an international break is, as an Englishman with a country who don't win anything, but we're actually looking quite good now. 2 clean sheets for England, 2 victories for England, and my girlfriend from Moldova is sat downstairs and her country lost 8-0 in their match. So that's bloody wonderful. Mason Mount scored against Albania. He assisted against San Marino. All is well in love and war. And the only real war we're talking about here is me and the electrocution that I get whenever I plug in the sign. But anyway, we're here today for some Chelsea news. It's been a very quiet couple of weeks for Chelsea in terms of news. There's been I don't quite understand it, the Timo Werner is set to leave Chelsea as we continue to push for Erling Haaland. I think there are some journalists and some people out there who just cannot quite fathom that Chelsea Football Club might be able to actually have both Timo Werner and Erling Haaland at the club at the same time. It's been made very clear from all of the, what I would call reputable journalists who talk about Chelsea, write about Chelsea, do all of the research so that I can read their articles and listen to their pieces and then make these videos. Anybody who is in the know about this one is pretty much on the same page that whether or not Chelsea go for Haaland or another striker that we're going to talk about a little later on, whether that happens or not, Timo Werner is destined to stay at Chelsea. He signed a contract until 2024, it might have been 2025, and even though some people just want to literally turn the flipping boiling hot tap on and scold this guy, I actually think he's had a not too bad, not the same level that we expected, but not a bad first season so far in English football. And as well as him and Kai Havertz, everyone seems to be improving now. So I think the best judgment should be made come the end of the season when we've got a Champions League trophy in the cabinet, FA Cup in the cabinet, and a top 4 finish secured. I know that's going to wind some of you up, but I flipping miss making these videos and I'm here to bring you all the hype. So, Timo Werner is not going anywhere. A man who is going to be leaving his Premier League club this year is Sergio Aguero. It's one of the big breaking news stories right now in the Premier League. Manchester City and the striker have both confirmed that he will be leaving City this summer come the end of his contract. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we spoke about Chelsea maybe being linked with Aguero. There were some links being made that made a bit of logical sense, but it's being reported now that both Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona are the front runners to land Aguero this summer. With that being pretty much confirmed now by Manchester City, you can expect over the course of the next couple of weeks the Haaland to Manchester City rumours to strengthen. Conversations about this will become heightened, and the chances are Manchester City will start making serious moves to Erling Haaland's agent, to Borussia Dortmund, who came out last week and said £154 million is their asking price for the young Norwegian striker. A little bit mind-blowing, but I'm kind of over the whole mind-blowing thing in football now because, quite frankly, when we think about money and you think about the goals that Haaland will score, regardless of where he goes next, you can actually justify such a ludicrous price tag as 154 million quid. Focusing again on Manchester City, I think it's an absolute no-brainer now that they will be approaching Haaland this summer. I think they're going to approach him in the next few weeks. I think City will know that Mbappe is probably going to be a little bit too expensive from Paris Saint-Germain, even if Aguero does go to Paris. So City are really going to be looking for a top-class striker this summer. And the one that is obvious is, of course, Mr. Erling Haaland. Now, do I think that just because City have confirmed Aguero's departure and therefore they need a striker, they will sign Erling Haaland? Absolutely not. And there is a very good reason why I do not think that is a 100% guarantee. Is Roman Abramovich's wallet and Marina Granovskaya's ability to negotiate her way out of any situation or into any situation. If Chelsea have expressed their interest in Haaland, which supposedly they have, I wouldn't just go writing off this transfer. I would honestly say, until there's an agreement made and the here we go from Fabrizio Romano comes out, I will not say that Manchester City are the favourites to sign Haaland until that pen is on the dotted line. So I think over the course of the next few weeks, Manchester City will start to push on that interest a lot more, which will then lead Chelsea to do exactly the same. There have been a couple of rumours that I don't know if they're confirmed or not, but apparently Chelsea have reached out to Haaland's representatives to try and sabotage this so-called deal that Manchester City are trying to push over the line. So we'll keep a close eye on this one over the course of the next couple of weeks, because I really think by the end of April, we will know exactly where Erling Haaland is going to be playing his football come next season. The next story that I really want to talk about today, it's been one that I saw that Jan was taking a break, football therapy, he's taken a few days off as well, and then I thought, actually, Benson, you should probably do the bloody same thing. I've been going to the gym at 7 every morning. Life is wonderful. I'm in a great little routine. But this story was kind of like trying to poke me a little bit because I want to talk about it, but I've waited till now. Romelu Lukaku. There are serious talks again coming out regarding Chelsea's renewed interest in a man that we bought when he was just 17, 18 years old. And you remember when we beat Bayern Munich to win the Champions League, we then played them, I can't remember who we bloody played, but we played a Super Cup game. No, we won the Europa League. Then we played Bayern and we played in the Super Cup and Lukaku missed a penalty. From that moment on, he never really stood a chance in a Chelsea shirt. Since then, West Brom scored a load of goals. Everton scored a load of goals. Manchester United never really hit the ground running in terms of like the public eye, still scored a fair amount of goals, but he's gone to Inter Milan and his goal scoring record is absolutely phenomenal. The youngest Belgian player to ever hit 50 goals. He's now got 59 international goals. Romelu Lukaku is a specimen. He's an absolute unit. He's Premier League proven. And with the financial situation currently at Inter Milan, where all of the talks are that this summer they're going to be looking to offload some players. Chelsea have already been linked with their wing-back, Achraf Hakimi. Lukaku back to Chelsea. It's one where I don't want to look into things again any more than the speculation is currently out there deserves, because it is still very much speculation at this point. But would I like to see this is a question that I keep getting on Instagram. I keep getting it on Twitter. And the answer to that question is yes. I would take Romelu Lukaku back at Chelsea if we don't manage to sign Erling Haaland. I don't think I've ever made something, apart from the whole Werner's going to Chelsea, Havertz is going to Chelsea, which was vindicated. I don't think I've ever been so sure on a player being my personal number one target than I am with Erling Haaland, because I just think with his record and his age, it would just be a groundbreaking signing for at least a decade. You know, if you buy him for 150 million and he continues to do what he's been doing his whole career until this point, in 4 or 5 years' time, you then sell him for 200 odd million to Real Madrid, who are desperate for another Galactico. So you still make 100 million in the bank. Lukaku is a little bit older now. He is in the prime years of his career. As much as I don't want to focus on Haaland too much, because Lukaku is still a very good striker, and if he was to sign for Chelsea this summer, I would be very excited, because I think even though at Manchester United it didn't really work out for him, his record wasn't awful. It's just I don't think United's style of play suited Romelu Lukaku so well. Whereas at Chelsea, you know, you look at what we do when Olivier Giroud's on the field, he's that hold-up kind of player. Lukaku isn't just a hold-up player. He's very strong, he's very fast, and he can do, you know, some of the things he can do with his feet and in the air are just absolutely fantastic. So, for that reason, to conclude this little idea that I'm seeing on social media and through the reports at the moment that Chelsea might be back in for him, to conclude the GBFC point of view on this one, I would fully endorse Romelu Lukaku moving back to Chelsea. I just cannot ignore the first choice that I have, which is that flipping tall Norwegian geezer who plays for Borussia Dortmund. I can't keep repeating myself enough on this one, but the Lukaku rumours are starting to spike up a little bit. And I think if we think about the balance of journalism about reports for Haaland to City, Aguero leaving, it's going to heighten those reports that come out regarding Haaland to City. So the more that Chelsea look like they need a striker, which I think we still do, those Lukaku rumours and reports are going to escalate quite quickly as well. It's becoming a very interesting time now, because between now and the end of the season, there's no reason why either Tammy, Giroud, Werner, they might all start just absolutely going wild and scoring a ton of goals, and then maybe the conversation about Chelsea and the striker deteriorates slightly. But I think from what we've seen throughout the whole of this season, Timo Werner, maybe he's not going to be that goal scorer just yet. So therefore, if Chelsea want to be competing for every single competition next season, which we certainly need to be, then I think a striker is definitely something we will be going for this summer. Going to wrap this one up here. I don't want to talk about any of the other little rumours that I've seen going around because there's nothing real concrete just yet, but the Lukaku to Chelsea rumours have started to spike my interest. I would love to know what you guys have to say about this one in the comments down below. Is it one of those where you don't like the idea of bringing back a player who was once at the club, and then if it doesn't go very well, their whole time as a footballer and Chelsea, it always looks a little bit shoddy? But I think at this point in Lukaku's career, his current age, his form this season for Inter Milan has been absolutely redonkulous. His international record, everything points to it being a good signing if it were in fact to be of interest to Chelsea. But anyway, going to wrap this one up here as I've already said. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to GBFC if you are new, and make sure you are also signed up for GBFC Selects. Link is in the description down below. Just because Chelsea aren't playing doesn't mean you guys can't win. We've got the prize draw going on for England in their final international. And then of course, if you are signed up before the game against West Brom at the weekend, you can get yourself back in for a chance to win the £1,000. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all later. Come on, you Blues.